Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Planar Conquest with no fair fights. The episodes in future will be shorter but more informative. For example, today we will feature the Phantom Warrior. We will learn everything about the Phantom Warrior and how to deal with him. And next episode, I do not know, will be about the next enemy I will encounter. So there will be short episodes, but there will be more informative about you, because if you're looking, as the wiki is no longer active for this game, as I learned, so if you're encountering a certain enemy and you want to know how to beat them, you can simply search through the playlist and find the play or find the episode where this enemy is featured. With that being said, let's look into the Phantom Warrior. The Phantom Warrior itself is not a unit that can be produced, it is a unit that can be summoned. It is quite cheap. As you see, the upkeep in mana is only 2. For example, a giant or anything costs 6 or more mana. They feature very, very little hit points, and although the name Phantom Warrior suggests that the Phantom Warrior is some kind of hard to hit or immune to mundane weapon, or you simply slide through him and hit nothing, that is not the case. The Phantom's Warrior armor class isn't that high, and his hit point is very, very low, although this is a level 1 unit, so it will have a lot more hit points if you leveled it up. The Phantom Warrior's perks is Ethereal, which does not have to do something with his defense, but his ability to attack, so he's ignoring armor. So if your armor is based on armor itself and not its dexterity or something like, I do not know, a bonus magical stuff, he will simply hit you. Very, very likely. His attack bonus is +6. This is not a lot, but if you consider the fact that your armor is not working, this is quite enough, trust me. When it comes to the damage itself, the interesting part is that he's doing piercing damage. Why is that important? If you're fighting Phantom Warriors and you have the spell of Bone Aura, which is featured, let me look, here, Bone Aura. It's not a very expensive spell. Well, on the strategic map, yes, on the battle map, not so much. And it will reduce the incoming piercing damage by 10 points. Now, please keep in mind that resistance in this game does not mean a percentage of damage taken away, but simply it reduces the entire damage by the number. So it's not 10% less damage from piercing damage, or you have a 10% chance to ignore the damage. It will simply decrease all piercing damage by 10 points. And as the enemy does 4 to 11 damage piercing, and you reduce this by 10, there will not be a lot of damage left. However, he's also a construct, so he's immune to mind and death effects, poison and critical hits, gaze attacks, and positive and negative energy, which means holy weapon and unholy weapon is not going to work here. Their saves are okay-ish. 232 is more than enough for D&D. Mind, there are a lot of creatures who have less sophisticated saves. Oh boy, this is a number of them. They cannot reach flying units, that's very important, and they have no ranged fighters, and they're pretty slow. However, there are 4 of them in each group, keep that in mind. Let's fight them. If we were not flying, the best course of action will be to activate Bone Aura. If you don't have that, you could try, for example, if you have offensive spells, that would work quite well, but we're simply shooting them. We're only shooting them with each salvo, because we have the charge bonus. Well, we don't need it for the first group. What do I mean by charge bonus? That means normally when you attack a creature, you attack and then the creature attacks back. Even if it gets killed, it has the chance to hit you, because you're fighting, of course, at the same time. However, if you are charging, your damage is dealt first, and if it is enough to kill the enemy team, they will not be able to strike back at you. Maybe we can show that. So as you can see, they're always killed and they cannot strike back. If, however, we're attacking a unit and the unit is not killed entirely, well, they are. If they would be able to strike back. But they're simply dying. Okay. We find some gold, some mana, not a lot therefore, and a helmet. It is a helmet of protection. +1 spell DC and +2 for the saving throws. We'll take that, although it's of course not that good, but as you can see, it influences our stats pretty well. 10, 8, 5 for our hero is pretty good. And maybe we can find a hero that can cast spells himself, and then this +1 spell DC will be actually quite good, because the higher the difficulty level, that is what DC means, the harder the spell is to resist. So this is actually an excellent helmet for a spellcaster. And as it is said, heroes, all heroes can wear helmets, no matter what. I mean, this guy does not look like he could wear pants, but a helmet he could wear. It doesn't matter if he's a mage or a fighter, bard, whatever, helmets can be worn by everyone. Like rings. Not so much for weapons, for example, or armor, but helmets and rings for everyone. Isn't that great and fantastic? So, where do we go? Oh boy. I see good stuff coming here. Gold is always welcome. Yeah, I know 6 gold isn't a lot, but it'll help. Everything helps. What's going on here? We're buying the sawmill because we want the food bonus. We have so much wood around us. I don't know if that is shown, how much wood there is around us, but there is a lot. We'll see that in the as soon as it is built, it will show. But there is a lot of wood. A lot of wood. Well, actually, this is not wood. That is not wood. No, it's forest. Yeah, it's all forest. It just shows the resources, but it is still forest. Except for this one here, desert. But the rest is forest. So there will be a lot. A lot of forests for us. Our big guy here will run down here hoping to buy the hero. We don't have enough money at this point, but we will have the money if those guys here... No, they cannot beat the sea serpent, impossible. But they can beat the hill giant and the acid elemental, hopefully. That is a story for another day. See you then. Bye.